Jennifer Ramsey with Usborne Books and More here. I'm going to share with you some books that you can use with your children to teach great character traits. So books are a great way to kind of explore different feelings and emotions and fears with your kids and kind of teach them how to deal with that or interact with the situation before they actually encounter it. One of our most popular books is Jonathan James and the What If Monster. And this is a great rhyming book, so it's fun to read aloud. And I'll just read the first page so you kind of see what it's about. It says, "Some what if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think." Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all those what ifs got stuck in his head. So the first part of the book, he's going through different activities, and he's worried, and he's scared, and he's fearful because the what if monster's telling him, well, what if you're bad, and what if you fall, and what if they don't like you? And then one day, he gets wise, and he says, "Hey, now wait just a minute, I have something to say. After hearing what ifs all through the day, I hear all your worries, I hear all your claims, but what if you're wrong?" says Jonathan James. And then the last half of the book is like, well, what if it was really fun, and what if you met your best friend, and what if you were really good at it, or what if you liked that food? So this would be an excellent book if you have a kid that's a little bit scared or anxious, or even just for kids in general trying new things and going out on a limb. One of our other popular books for teaching character traits is A Tale of Two Beasts. And this is a really cool book because it's actually two stories in one. One story is told from the perspective of this little girl, and it's called The Strange Beast. So she finds this strange beast. She takes it home to take care of it because it was out in the cold and all alone. And so she dresses it up and gives it a little house and whatnot. And then it runs away, and she doesn't know why. And then the second part of the book is a story told from the beast's perspective. And he's just hanging out, and this little girl comes and kidnaps him and takes him away from his home. And so it's just kind of the same story told from two perspectives. A great way to start talking to your kids about seeing things from other people's perspectives. We have Nat the Cat, Sunny Smile. This is a great story about how your mood can affect others. So even if your friends are sad, you can cheer them up by being positive yourself. So Nat the Cat wants to have a picnic, and he goes to invite his friends, but they don't want to go. They're in a bad mood. And so after he asks so many of his friends, and then they don't want to go, Nat the Cat gets kind of sad. But in the end, his friends kind of cheered up when Nat came to visit them, and they come to the picnic and cheer Nat the Cat up. So everybody then has a sunny smile. Dog and Mouse is a great book about friendship. So if you want to teach your kids about being a good friend, Dog is looking for a best friend, and Mouse just comes to help them. And in the end, they spend so much time together, they become best friends, and Dog realizes that Mouse is his best friend. Billy B is one of our characters in our chapter book series, Billy B. Brown, and they just came out with 2 picture books for Billy B. This one's called Billy's Great Desert Adventure, and the reason that I love this is to teach your kids about imagination and being creative in their playtime. So in this story, she goes to her school, and it's raining outside, so they can't go out for recess, and she's really sad, and then her best friend Jack comes over, and they end up having this imaginary adventure that's really creative. And they go and they find a treasure, and then they get chased by thieves, and they fly away on a magic carpet. And they end up having a lot of fun just imagining and playing make-believe with, you know, the things that they found in their little preschool. So that's a great one about kind of exploring your imagination. And the last one is How Big is a Million? We have 2 Pipkin books. The other one's called How Deep is the Sea? And this is about a little penguin that asks big questions. And in this book, he wants to know how big is a million. And the character trait that I think that this book teaches is persistence. So Pipkin decides one day he wants to know how big a million is, and so he sets out to figure it out. So he asks his mom. His mom says, oh, well, there's 10 fish. Well, a million's a lot bigger than 10. And so then he runs into 100 penguins, but that's not it. And so he keeps looking. He finds a friend. They play for a little while. They find 1,000 snowflakes. But he's still not satisfied because he wants to know how big a million is. And he hasn't found a million of anything. And then in the end, his mom says, look outside. And in the very back, there's this really cool poster that you pull out. And it has 1,000,000 stars on it. And this would be great just for teaching your kids number sense, but also great for teaching them to keep finding the answers that they're looking for. So I hope you found some books that you can use to help make your kids better people.